Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcoming back to the program once again, good friend of ours. She is known as the privacy professor. Rebecca Harold is here, and we're talking security when it comes to yourself. And what did you refer to this as? What, a personal?
Yes, I want everyone to practice good personal data security and hygiene. Good personal data hygiene.
Never heard that phrase before.
Okay. That's what I've been using. It's good personal data hygiene.
Now, what does that mean?
Well, that means you need to clean up all of your extra personal data that's out online because, you know, people put stuff out there and stuff gets out there and then other people use it. And when other people use it, that's when security problems happen in people's lives.
Now, what type of things are you talking about here?
Well, there's many different things you can do. So I want to give you 4 different things today that would be very good. There's a lot of sites out there that actually go out and scrape all the personal data that they can find publicly. And they collect it all and they make it available to anyone who wants to come and get it. So one of those places is called CSIowa. We talked about that.
As I say, we talked about this, but then you put it to the test.
Yes.
And you looked Lou up on this specific site.
Yes. And so I passed that on to show you everything it reveals. And, you know, I don't know if you were shocked or not, but the first time I saw everything, I mean a map of where you've been and other information, relatives, and a lot of other things.
That's what surprised me, because there was another website that you mentioned, and you put me on that one. And
People Finders.
People Finders, and they found me, and they found different places I've lived throughout my life, because I've traveled quite a bit. But I wasn't necessarily surprised by that. I was surprised that my relatives were on there. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. You know, it's kind of one of those, you can mess with me, but don't mess with my family.
Don't play with the family.
Yeah.
And it really does. It goes out and starts gathering information about everyone in your life and puts them out there, too. So what I'm
going to stop you there for a second. Why in the world would somebody want to post that type of data?
Well, it's valuable to a lot of different people. Now, of course, we think crooks, first of all, so they can find where people are at and, you know, maybe their net worth and the types of jobs where they live so they can track them down. But also think about employers. A lot of times when employers are hiring someone, they want to know where that person has been throughout their life to check out if, you know.
But to that extent, though?
To that extent.
Really?
A lot of them do. Wow. And then, of course, you have the stalkers who just want to figure out more about someone that they're interested in, or they want to determine, you know, well, is this person really related to someone else? Are they telling us falsehoods? So these different People Finders, CSIowa sites, and so on, they just gather all this information.
Wow.
And there's a lot more than those, but I've actually gathered 250 different sites that gather information. Now, a lot of these charge you to get access to the details, police records, arrest records.
And why would someone want to nose around that? Besides criminals and crooks and things like that want to, you know, get in and get some of your stuff. But besides that, who else would be doing this?
Well, you know, it's a growing trend now when someone becomes interested, and this is just one example, when someone becomes interested in someone as maybe a romantic partner, they want to check out, are they telling me the truth? You know, did they really come from this town? You know, who are they really? So that's one thing. And then the employers is another thing. But also marketing. I mean, marketers, if they have this information, then they can use that to really market you. So not only are they targeting you based upon what you're doing online, from all the cookies you leave and all the likes that you put out there, but they are also gathering all of this information so they can say, oh, well, we want to sell to this region. So who's in this region that would be a good target for us?
So they're not wasting their time.
And really, personal data now is becoming, you know, gold to most organizations. They use it in so many ways. And there's a lot of research going on, too, that people want to use this data for. And that's why I think it's so important that everyone practices good personal data hygiene.
Because you've told us that we can clear this out in some sites that you told us about.
So, you know, the goal is to try to minimize the amount of data that's out there about you. So there's actually places on People Finder and on CSIowa where you can opt out. Now, it's not very easy to find them, and if your viewers want to give me a message, send me a message through my site, I'll give you a list, because I've written it up, actually, so I can just send them.
So like the information we found on both of us,
we can get rid of it?
Clean it out.
You can clean it up, but keep in mind, these sites continuously scrape data.
So as soon as we clean it out,
that's where the hygiene comes in, because you know, you brush your teeth every day, right? You don't just do it once.
Most days, yeah.
Yeah, so you need to do your personal data hygiene on a regular basis, too.
How often would you say? Because I don't think people are going to be doing this on a daily basis.
No, don't do this on a daily basis. I used to do it once a quarter, but I've started seeing information come up like targeted ads in email. I'm now doing it once a month. So much data out there. For instance, I was really surprised to see some targeted mail come to my home, and they used my maiden name along with my current address. So that told me they went way back to get information about me, and also associated with where I am now in order to be able to send me that information.
That is scary.
And so that's one thing. Go out there and remove your data from those sites if you can. Also, a lot of people don't realize that through the credit agencies, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, you know, how you can request your credit report well, here's what else you need to know. They will sell your contact information. That's a revenue stream for them. They can sell your contact information to marketers and other legitimate companies. So you need to opt out of allowing them to sell your contact information.
I didn't realize that was happening either.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize
All right, so Rebecca, this is obviously bigger than we have time to talk about here. So people want to get a hold of you so you can give them more information on this and links of how they can clean up their own areas and their own information. Is this how they find you?
Yes, they can go out on this site. This is my business site where I help different organizations to set up their security and privacy program, and you don't see it here, but there's a question area where they can submit it, and they also have on my privacyprofessor.org site an actual question mark. Yeah, there's another one for privacyprofessor.org, and it's down lower on the screen. I think we've been rearranging my website, but you can actually click on where there's questions, and I will answer them. And like I said, I've got it written up, but there's so many other things like setting up Google Alerts.
And we'll have you back for that very reason.
That's why you're coming back on a more regular basis now. And you can follow her on Twitter as well, Privacy Prof. So do that. That's a good idea. Well, thank you, dear. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you.